Okay, another video I didn't think I would ever be making. I have seen comments about this and I just, looked it up, saw it was fake, laughably fake, so I intended to ignore it, but here we are with an article. The far right spreads fake AI generated video falsely claiming Tim Walz molested a gay student. And I don't think I have to tell you that, well, duh, it's fake. I mean, you would think that when Brett Kavanaugh was up for Supreme Court Justice, they found Christine Blasey Ford came to testify as to why he's not a good fit, why he's a horrible person. They didn't have to go digging. They didn't, she came forward. So I can't imagine that someone who has spent years in public life, first in Congress, then as governor, and now as a vice presidential candidate, I can't imagine that there would have been no skeletons in his closet that would have come forward on their own. And since they haven't, you can just assume that that's because he doesn't have any. And certainly not this one. So let's continue with the article. A viral post on X by a user entrenched in the QAnon conspiracy sphere claimed that a former student of Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, Matthew Metro, alleged that Walz sexually assaulted him in 1997 when he was still a student. The move is part of a broader phenomenon of the right using AI-generated videos to advance their political agenda. Breaking. Tim Walz's former student, Matthew Metro, drops a shocking allegation, claims Walz sexually assaulted him in 1997 while Walz was his teacher at Mankato West High School. Metro was a senior at the time. If this is true, it's a political earthquake, said the user. And like I said, you won't be shocked to find out that it's fake. However, users were quick to add community notes to the post, which has since been removed from X, to explain that the video is an AI fabrication. Deepfake detection websites flagged this video immediately, and users were quick to point out how the video features unnatural facial movements and a robotic voice, as well as several errors in basic facts, like the years Metro attended the school. That video is a deepfake. If it's not instantly obvious to most people that it is a deepfake, then we're soon going to be in serious trouble, said BBC disinformation journalist Cheyenne Sardarzadeh. Help me. Sardarzadeh. Okay, and I have to admit, there are obvious deepfakes that people have missed, obvious Photoshop that people easily miss, that, yeah, I can see why someone would be concerned for the future of humanity for missing obvious things. The speech pattern strongly suggests it's an AI-generated prompt. For example, listen to how he says sexual assault 3 times within the first 30 seconds. Each time it's said with the exact same pitch, tone, and inflection. The facial movements are off. There's inconsistent muscle movement drooping off the eyes, irregular eyebrow shapes, and even the disappearance and reappearance of a tooth throughout the video. Well, that's fun, said a user who's linked under the community notes. Additionally, Metro's LinkedIn profile reveals that he attended Mankato West High School between 1993 and 1996, not in 1997 as the video claims. If you're going to do an AI deepfake, at least get your facts straight. I mean, that's the easy part. His Facebook profile has also photos of him, which appear to be a completely different person from the man in the video. Are you kidding me? You guys are horrible. But we knew that already. A Washington Post investigation was able to get in contact with Metro, asking him about the deepfake. He said, "It's obviously not me. The teeth are different, the hair is different, the eyes are different, the nose is different. I don't know where they're getting this from." Metro, an out gay man, stressed that the incidents discussed in the fake video, like Walz groping and kissing him in school, never happened. He said that the video said that he was in the closet in high school and that his parents were getting divorced, both of which are false. He was out in high school and his parents are still married today. I was completely out in high school, he said. So, they can't even do a deep fake without putting in their own homophobia. I mean, what the hell? He described his anger at being misrepresented in the video, especially given that his name and identity will forever be associated with the video online. "It's an invasion of my privacy and my personal life," he said. I hope there's a way he can find these people and soothe the pants off them, because, I mean, it's amazing how the party of personal responsibility has turned into the party of we can get away with it because we are above consequences or something. Anyway, this is just the latest in a stream of false and fraudulent sexual assault allegations surrounding Walz. Numerous accounts have spread other claims that are not backed up by evidence. Which, as I said in my intro, I see these comments and I call them unhinged because there's literally no evidence for them. Several more mainstream conservative commentators have insisted that Walz is gay. And I did a video explaining why they think he's gay and why it's horribly dumb. And he has been attacked by conservatives for his support of a gay-straight alliance at the Minnesota high school in the 1990s and his support for trans youth as governor. Yes, I realize I get this a lot, especially on my videos being pro-trans rights. People just cannot deal with the fact that allies exist. If you are defending a group of people, you must, by that very nature, belong to that group of people. You couldn't possibly just be an ally. No, allies don't exist. You have to actually be part of that group. It is so stupid. It's like they so have to do this so they can, make themselves feel better that people like them who happen to be straight or cis would never ally themselves with the groups like that, because why would they? They have no reason to. I honestly have no clue why we have this idea that allyship doesn't exist. It's just so bizarre. Just because Tim Walz is a decent human being who accepts that gay people and trans people exist does not mean he's gay. It just means that he's a decent human being who lets people be people. According to the Department of Homeland Security, AI deepfakes are becoming more common, especially across the digital political sphere. They cite an increasing need for the public to be aware of these growing threats and for more education to spread on how to best detect deepfakes. This is especially needed during elections. According to one 2019 study, deepfakes are a major threat to society, the political system, and businesses because they put pressure on journalists struggling to filter real from fake news, threaten national security by disseminating propaganda that interferes in elections, hampers citizens' trust toward information by authorities, and raises cybersecurity issues for people and organizations. And I might add that it's not just deepfakes, it's just you see a clip and you just either you decide to take it out of context yourself, or you see a clip taken out of context and decide someone said something they didn't say and refuse to accept that you could possibly be wrong. So yeah, there is that as well. But I mean, it's just why do this? Why make it so people can't even trust what anything that they see or hear? What, you think that people will just automatically believe whatever you say because they can't believe anything else? I honestly have no clue why people try to trick others in this way. I mean, I can understand the bigwigs doing that, but I'm talking about all sorts of types of deepfakes. It's just, what do you think is going to happen when they find out it's a deepfake? I mean, do you think that, well, my reputation will be shot, but theirs won't be any better? So we both lose. This idea that if I'm going down, I'm taking you with me mentality, is that it? I mean, I just don't get it. Why would you do this? But I guess it's better than swatting? I don't know. That's even more dumb. The author of this study also outlines the necessity for anti-deepfake technology and regulation to come into the midst. There has been increasing calls for the federal government to regulate the growing technology surrounding artificial intelligence, including it as it becomes more difficult to discern what is legitimate. Education and training on how to spot deepfakes are emphasized as incredibly necessary. LGBTQ Nation reached out to Metro, but he did not respond before the publication of this article. The Harris Walz campaign declined to comment, stating that they do not comment on misinformation, which is a sound policy. I mean, I understand that if you don't comment, people will think, oh, well, maybe there's something to it. Even though everybody is telling you that, no, it's fake. So, basically, the people who believe this want to believe it because they don't like it that Trump is being vilified, rightfully vilified, that J.D. Vance is vilified. So they have to make shit up on the other side so they would be vilified. So I don't know, it's an even playing field then? I mean, I just don't understand why you would make shit up. I mean, again, I would understand why Trump and Vance would make shit up, and they do that on the regular. But to be so caught up that you want your side to win, that you will actually create a deepfake on your own, just so people will believe bullshit. It's just, I mean, if you have to do that, you've already lost. Because you're already admitting that I have no good reason to back my favorite candidate, so I'm going to just try to drag the other ones through the mud. Because maybe then people will throw up their hands and then just the people who agree with me will vote. And everyone else will just be totally upset. They won't go to vote. And my guy will win. And then what? I mean, if you have to go through all this just to get your guy into office, do you really think he's going to do what you think he's going to do? Or maybe you want him to go after the people you hate. Maybe you honestly think that being part of the lepers eating faces party won't turn on you. Well, the Holocaust has a poem about that. That's all I'm going to say about that. So anyway, no, Walz is not gay, and he's certainly not a pedo. That is just both bogus. They're both false. And I just do not know why people, first off, are insisting he's gay, as if that's a smear on him. I mean, just saying he's gay that must mean that they think that's a smear. That Walz would take that as a insult. Just because you would take that as an insult doesn't mean he does. It's just that facts are facts, and he isn't gay. And because he's comfortable in his own skin, if he were gay, he would have said something by now. It would have come out legitimately, not because you are making shit up. But anyway, that is all I have for this video. And with that, I will see you guys in the next one.